Hey, this is Tracy Lewis with Stuff and Things. It is Saturday, 7:30. We are moving tomorrow back into Thousand Trails, so we will be moving around quite often. The first place we're heading to, we're only staying for a few days. It's the Orlando Thousand Trails, and last time we were there, the internet was really bad. So I'm doing this early. I've already packed most of everything. Now remember, we stayed in this place for 3 months, which is actually the longest we've ever stayed in any one place, which is pretty crazy. So we had a lot of packing to do. We also did a lot of maintenance on the trailer, a couple of updates. We actually finally, after 4 years, we never liked our toilet. We finally got a new toilet, and it is amazing how much nicer it is to have a good toilet. We actually read the reviews on the toilet that came with this, and it was notorious for the issues that it had. So it is lovely to just have a nice working toilet. Never would have thought how much nicer it would be. So that was a very good change. Hub pulled off the underbelly black protective liner, and he actually insulated underneath the back end of the trailer where I sit, and it maintains the cool so much better now. So that was a great change that was made. We moved me during this time to the back. That has been wonderful. Again, cannot believe I waited so long to do it. And he did some other maintenance, like we put new rubber around the edges of the slides, you know, that kind of maintenance type stuff, as well as washed everything really good on the outside, on the roof, so it's all sparkling and ready to go. He also changed the brakes and what he calls the wet bolts. Okay, so this is Winter is Coming Wednesday, episode 11. I mistakenly lost track and said that last Winter is Coming Wednesday was number 9, but it was actually number 10. So because most of my stuff is packed away, I pulled out my Winter is Coming Wednesday box, and I have some cards that I'm working on, and I will first off finish last week's card. So here's last week's project, and I have some pieces ready to go to finish this one. And then I have one that I'm not going to get a lot of progress done on it, but I wanted to share it with you because it is a fun idea and uses a non-Stampin' Up product. So, sorry for the crash. That you can get from the dollar store, that actually Libby sent to me. And then I've got 2 Thanksgiving projects from other cards that I have videoed in the past that I am going to convert to Thanksgiving. So the first one here is this Winter Easy Fun Fold, and I'm going to finish the front. I need to get my glue. Oops, more crashing. So those are things that were piled ready to get packed. So I want this, I'll give you the idea. I picked a long, narrow sentiment this is from Brightest Glow, and there's the season's greetings, and the label dies that come with it produce this very nice long label with little tiny dots, as well as 3 open holes on either side. So I am going to glue down the snowflake. I also have my trim packed away, so I know I've talked about in the past having a little remnant trim bag. Libby actually sent me one to like get mine started. I think of it as like starter bread dough or something. And so it has grown, and I pulled out a trim. It is not one I've seen, but it is balmy blue, and then I added a little more, one more layer of some silver and white striped baker's twine. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there. I need some dimensionals. I thought I had some here. Some. right here. I like to cut my dimensionals. I haven't talked about this in a long time. A full dimensional sheet, I will cut it into strips so that all of the hexagon shape, they're all cut in half. And that works really well for little small bits like this. I will put 4 of them vertically. Looks, I'm going to do 5 now because I actually did it more in thirds. And I'm out. Let's see. So here's all, I just pull these out and I will do a little trim. So I had mentioned an offer. We were working on negotiating for a property here, and sadly the realtor understood that the seller was ready to accept offers and negotiate, and then when our offer was presented, they conferred with friends and decided that at this time they are not going to negotiate. They feel that it is worth what they're asking, or very close to it. So that didn't go anywhere. My feelings aren't hurt. I have been a seller for many properties, and you know, the seller has a plan. I'm of the mind that if it is meant for us to have the property, it will work out. And it's early in the game. The house has only been on the market for 6 weeks, and now I'm from a market where houses sell in hours and you have multiple offers, so this is just a whole different world now. Interest rates have gone up, you know, there's a bunch of things. We're heading into a recession, and so the people feel that they're still in a market that demands full price, and it's priced really high, and we do not believe that, and so we are not going to overpay. So we will just watch the property, keep an eye on it. Our realtor will let us know if anything changes, and then we will present another offer if enough time goes by and we decide we still like that place, and then we'll start all over. Okay, so this has some, it's just a little blue with some one strip of iridescent. This may or may not have been a Stampin' Up trim, and then this particular baker's twine is some that I just have. I actually bought it recently on sale, and it is not Stampin' Up. I don't think they have any silver lined trim this year, so I wanted some. I had used all of mine up and wanted to have some more, so I just want a little hint of the silver glimmer, and I'm going to put that bow right there. And I brought out my embellishments, and let's see if I come up with something that I like. Now I could go really sparkly. I also have some balmy blue. So these are solid faceted gems, and I'm not sold on these, but as you can see, definitely these light blue ones would work. And so let's add a few of them, and since this large snowflake is covered, I don't think I want to put them on, oops, on the snowflakes. So that is going to finish this one off. I will take a picture of it, so when you lift it up, you do have the 2 embellishments. I could put a little quote in here. I will keep that in mind if I can come up with something family friend oriented. And then here's the inside, and this one is done. All right, so I'm just going to share first. I was sent these are napkins, holiday napkins. I actually have 2 kinds. Let's see if I can find the other the other package. The other package is pretty large. Here we go. So this packaging with the teardrop trailer may not be able to be made into the A2 size, but I have them. I have a whole package of them, and then I have a few of these. This particular napkin, you get multiples. You get 2 sets of pumpkins per napkin. There is some texturing around the edges of these pumpkins and a little bit of birch. My theory is I will put these on a very vanilla base. I've trimmed one down, and then I will do a sponge watered down adhesive, very light, because this is a thin tissue, and then I will run it through the embossing folder. I have to decide. I've got 2 holiday embossing folders for Thanksgiving, like fall colors, and I could do 3. So I could do the evergreen trees, fall leaves, which is probably what I will do, and it's not the whole folder. It starts and comes down across to the bottom from skinny to fat. I will not do this. Merry Melody was more for Christmas, and then I might do bark. This is timber, actually, so I could do this, which is an all-over pattern. So that's what I am thinking, but I'm not going to pursue this one this time. I just wanted to show you that dollar store. So dollar store, this is from Dollar Tree, I believe, and they have raised their rates from $1 to $1.25. I then also took a base and I ran it through the leaves, the falling leaves embossing folder. I've got my scenes that I made quite a while ago. I don't remember which episode this was, one of the very early episodes. I went ahead and cut Grateful. I will probably do some offsetting and some trimming down of Grateful, and then I took one of there's a gold baker's twine with white, and I used I used rich raspberry. Blackberry Bliss and I don't get along very well, and what happens to me, I don't know if it's just me or what, but Blackberry Bliss, anything, is so pigmented that it is very slow to dry and it tends to smear for me. So I have just accepted that, though I love Blackberry Bliss, and that is the matte here, that I just use rich raspberry dark, and I use that on this bow, which I will probably put right here on the mountain. And then I will look at my different embellishment options for, I'm just looking here, I don't see anything that jumps out at me right now. One thing I can do is these were sent to me for attending an event. They're not something that are sold right now, but I could take the rich raspberry to say this pink one on the 2 small ones and a big one and put them on if I want to. So I will play with that one also. It's getting closer. It's kind of like I cultivate these Winter is Coming Wednesday projects, because my goal is to not have to be finishing them all at the very end. So I do have some started, some are done, some are, I'm waiting. I waited until, even if I did something in January or February, I was waiting till I got all of my holiday stuff to see maybe how I would want to trim it up or put different embellishments on it, maybe change up the sentiment. So then I had found a packet of kind of fall looking cards. I took one of them. I've brought it out here. It says happy birthday. And sadly, I'm gonna go away now and find the Thanksgiving sentiment that was with it and is no longer with it. Alright, so I found it. And I wanted to just show you that I'm going to hide the happy birthday with a grateful, and then it's possible that this isn't where it's attached, that I will put this on maybe a crumb cake background. There's little splatters on the texture. These are all retired products, by the way. I've actually had this card out a couple of times, and I like it so well, I'm going to convert it to a Thanksgiving card. It will look something like that. So I've done 3, or played with 3. The last week's Season's Greetings is finished. Hopefully. I'm gonna have to, whoop, sorry about that. Move this out so I can show you everybody. And this is what I was working on today with a little bit of downtime while packing. I think I'm going to put the bow on this down below here, and I will hunt around for some gold dots of some variety, or I will these gold metallic dots are retired, but I can always color and put some color on pearls if I want to. Maybe instead I will do Rich Raspberry or Blackberry Bliss. I've got both of my blends here sitting here, so I will do photography for this one at the end, and maybe on this one, but the grateful I need to work on the background, so I will revisit that again. Hopefully I will find the splatter and put the little splatter on the grateful. So that's all I've got with my short time I have this week. I hope you are enjoying seeing a little winter in July, or Christmas in July. I have one funny thing. So we have been making cards in my card class that I attend, and though I didn't get permission to like do a full reveal of any of these cards, I do want to show you how human we all are. So this is the card. It's not quite finished yet, and I will show you why. I was talking and visiting, and look what happened. Sadly, I made a mistake and in this class we use glue, so I have not decided what I'm going to do about that. But I just thought that you guys could appreciate that even people who have crafted for many years and pride themselves on crafting avid fancy cards can still make mistakes. So anyhow, leave me any of your questions, comments, or concerns on this video or over on my blog. As always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.